Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to this very on-time video on WalletConnect or WCT. I wanted to do a full video right here. I'll give you my thoughts on this rally. So let's get right into it. Now, like I said, this is not on time. I'm very late with covering this. If you follow me on X, which is also at cilinixfxcapital, you do know that I've tweeted about this, and I even called this top precisely, which I was very proud about. Because just in general, quick tip, I mean, when you see something like this, when the price is going for price discovery, right, so new all-time highs or basically areas where it hasn't been, can also be all-time lows, but the 1.618 fib works wonders, right? So you could have pulled it like this. You can see we spiked up to the 1.618 fib perfectly, beautiful move. But that's also one of the key reasons why I haven't covered this. I've been pretty sour about this. I followed WCT the entire move up, all right? So from this level right here at 38 cents all the way up to 1.14. Did I trade this? No. Did I buy it spot? No, I missed it, all right? It's part of the game, but still wanted to give you my thoughts right now, because one of the key reasons why I did not trade this is because WalletConnect is incredibly manipulated, all right? And that is also the main thing I want to warn you for. When you see moves like this, like the main problem is that it can both go on much longer than you expect, and we'll get to that in a moment as well, how you can kind of see that and how you can gauge whether it's still going to go up higher and liquidate short, or that it's the end and that we're going to pull back. So it can both go on much longer than you expect, and it can all of a sudden all collapse, right? That's the problem with coins like this, and that's also what we saw with a coin like Layer. That's what we saw with a coin like IP, like these relatively new Binance listings. Some of them just get picked up by certain market makers who can push the price up much higher. At this point of time, we have a lot of Korean volume coming in as well, which I wanted to show you, but I'm not sure if my Wi-Fi will allow that. Right here. Yeah, you see a lot of volume coming from Upbit and from FameX. Very often when that's the case, that's also an indication that there's more manipulation or at least unstable price action. So that's the first thing you need to be aware of, right? That if you're a beginning trader, I know a chart like this makes you very excited. I understand, but it's probably better to stay away. And it's probably better to stick with charts that are not as exciting. And that are more that do respect the price more, because the problem is with WCT, I mean, if you want to become a profitable trader, you have to find some strategies or at least patterns, or at least something like that repeats itself, right? So that you actually get the data and that you can form some sort of a strategy. Price action like this almost never happens. But all right, if you take a look at WCT right now, you can see the leverage has gone up an incredible amount. We've had a bit of a leverage wipe right here earlier this morning. Is this the end? At this point of time, I would say no. Especially if you go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see we're still holding the trend right here. And I would even go as far as saying that as long as we hold the trend on the 4 hour time frame, we're fine. So in this case, that's in that massive imbalance at 85 cents. So as long as we're holding 85 cents on the 4 hour time frame, I think we can still rally up higher as long as we're holding this level right here at 1.1 on the 1 hour time frame. I think we're fine as well. Now, you should start to worry on the 1 hour time frame if we drop down below the trend, which at this point of time, like I said, is around 1.1, 1.08 with volume. All right, so we've seen a relatively big open interest wipe right here with quite a lot of volume. So could this be the top? Yes, but at this point of time, the top is not confirmed yet, right? And like I said, the problem with these rallies is that they both can go on for much longer. Like this could rally up to $2 easily. Next target, by the way, is 1.5, but all right. But they could also stop before you know it. So the main thing you should watch is the lower time frame trend. Is there a shift in trend? Do I believe the shift? At this point of time, there's not a shift in trend. We're holding the trend. And if we would drop down below the trend, so below 1.08, and it's with low volume, and we're still holding some important key levels lower, such as $1 and 95 cents, then I wouldn't believe the trend shift, right? Because a low volume move is less trustworthy, and you still have supports and you still have other supports lower. So then we can do something like this, where you consolidate below the trend, reclaim it, and rally up higher, right? So it's about following the lower time frame trend, waiting for the price to hit the trend, And then based on the reaction, based on the volume, do we hold it? Do we break down below that? You gauge whether it's a fake breakout or a fake touch or a real one, right? So at this point of time, I would say it's most likely we're going to rally up higher. We had a high volume drop. That's not great, but we're still holding the trend, and the volume since then has decreased, right? So if we get a drop right now below 1.05 with high volume again, it's probably the end, right? So you should just be versatile, you should be flexible with that. But for now, I would still say it's most likely we're going to rally up higher. First price target, like I said, psychological level at 1.5. But those are my thoughts. Hopefully it helps. But for now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.